negotiations. And one of the key ones was that, Vada was taking up, had started a new program. And they said within the Vada pool, they're like, hey, new announcement, new testing, and they had slipped it. And they said they're like, Crawford and Spence are going to be the first fight that we're hoping is going to utilize the $15,000 drug testing. And so I was like, wait, what did you say? Like, they're like, oh, I mean, of course, when it comes to fruition, but that was already within the talks of Vada, within the Vada pool, that Vada was going to be involved for the Spence Crawford. So I knew these were walking points that we're talking down. But of course, like there are things I know, but I can't say things because then I would get my butt in trouble.
What you say, my nigga? What you say? Oh, you saying the clean boxing program is Vada? They uses Vada? No. No. That's not what's going on. That's half the truth, but that's not all the truth. They use Vada to administrate. They use Vada to administrate. That means they use Vada to take the blood and take the urine, right? But that does not mean necessarily that it goes to Wada lab. Remember Wada, Vada, USADA? Back in the days, it was with USADA. Can you recall that? USADA? Yeah, I remember. USADA's the one that Mayweather Manny Pacquiao. Flashback, Manny and Mayweather used, right? So, let's talk about the flashback I'm about to have with USADA. Matter of fact, USADA, man, it was a lot of rules broken in that fight with Mayweather and Pacquiao. I'll get back to that. But what I'm trying to say is this. There's Vada and there's a clean boxing program. So what this man snack, I don't care if you care about what this man says, right? So what my mind is trying to say is this. I'll get back to me and Pac, but on that flashback. But what my mind is saying is this. Well, if they would Vada and not the clean boxing program, because I know that Crawford is with Vada, right? And I also remember that Victor Conte said something like this. Let's listen.
Who do you know that has sponsored over 20 boxers and paid for them to be in Vada 24/7, 365? Nobody but me.
Money. Victor Conte, fucking guy, boy. I tell you, you know what I'm saying? He's a piece of ish, but he turned his life around. He's like that hacker that got busted. Now he's working for the feds. All right? And he's doing his job and he's doing this and that. But listen, man, besides him, he said, who sponsor and pay for Vada testing? Well, it seems like you, because you got Clarissa Shields, you got Shakur, you got Crawford, you got Devin, you got a lot of boxers that you sponsor. So, and your products and all this stuff like that and this. So I'm wondering, the post that I saw recently that he said that congratulations Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, I'm trying to figure out, did Victor Conte sponsor Errol Spence? And are we going to see Errol Spence with a snack, hat, and shirt? Please don't do that, because these alphabet boys, these Wakandas, these fucking ninjas over there, they're going to catch a fucking heart attack. Okay? Because they don't like Victor Conte at all. I don't like him either. Don't care for him. But we also know that he's working on the other team now. He's working with Vada. Okay? And when he do sponsor these people, he pay for their testing. Now the testing is $15,000. $15,000, they said. Right? So, I'm saying to myself, I remember a video where Errol Spence said, I ain't putting no $15,000 to do no damn testing. I ain't doing that. So, it's either we go in there and we see this man, Errol Spence, with no sponsorship, and only he came out of his pocket and paid the $15. 15,000, and said, the hell with you giving me free sponsorship and all this stuff. Either we're going to see that and not see that, because I can't see, if I'm negotiating and I'm with real Vada, man, right? I'm not going to use somebody that use Vada and don't know where the labs go. Because remember what this says. Remember what Vada says. Let's just remember the post now. Vada, not every PED testing panel is the same. Not every lab is the same. Not every doping control company has the same experience. Ask questions. Unspecified drug testing in our contract. Let me say that again. Unspecified drug testing in a contract doesn't mean the best and most thorough. Hashtag clean sport. There you go. So as you can see, the clean boxing program is contracted with Vada, using Vada to administrate blood and urine. That's one. Because if that's the case, we don't need a clean boxing program with the WBC, right? We could just use Vada, just like how we use USADA, right? Right? So the clean boxing program is the people that's under the sanction, the rankings, and so on and so on. But we don't need to use the clean boxing program. We could just go straight to Vada. Yeah, we could. And let me explain something about the clean boxing program so I can remind you what, like I said, it's not what I say, it's what this man say, Maurice Suleiman. What he's explaining of what the clean boxing program do is different from Vada, because Vada do pre-testing, out of competition testing. And guess what? That costs. So let's go and show you what Maurice Suleiman said. Yeah, we got to remind y'all.
There's a misunderstanding in public and some media. There is always anti-doping test after the fight. Every single WBC championship fight has mandatorily to have an anti-doping test. The clean boxing program, which the WBC pays for and has been working for the last 6 years, is a random testing, which is expensive and which cannot cover the whole world. Some fights are contracted also by the promoters to have out-of-competition testing, but also it is very expensive. So not every title fight has the 2-3 months prior to the fight's testing, and that is nothing wrong. The rule says anti-doping test after the fight. Everything else is efforts from the WBC, from boxing commissions, from promoters to keep boxing clean and to have that system of doing random testing. So I hope one day people can understand there is nothing wrong. Fundora or PBC or no one did nothing wrong, because the extra testing is just additional to the rules.
So you heard what Marie... All right. I'm sorry to intervene in the video, but that part with Maurice Suleiman, right? And saying that it's so expensive, blah, 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 to do out of competition. Well, hey, Errol Spence asks, where's the 3% going? So I'm saying, hey, you know, some of that 3% should go towards the right way of doing pre-competition testing, out of competition testing. 6 weeks, 8 weeks prior to the fight and post. So Errol Spence, you know, some of that 3% from each belt, they should use that so we can have a safe competition. So if you ask me, Spence, that's where some of that 3% should go, towards out of competition testing, towards the major fight. And only major fights. Maypac, Crawford and Errol, whatever in the future is a major fight, because it is expensive. So they say it's very expensive, and it must go to the right lab, and that's WADA. Vada's underwater and USADA's underwater. Not a contract like the clean boxing program, and they could take the test to any lab, right? Just because we contracted does not mean every lab is the same lab. If it's not WADA, it's nada. All right, let's go back to let's finish back. Come on. Suleiman said at the end, go back. He said there's nothing wrong with the clean boxing program and the PBC. I heard that part, right? Because, you know, out of competition testing is a lot more money, right? And post-fight, you know, testing that's what's going on in the program. That's part of the program, right? Not everything is going to be 2 months or 3 months out of competition testing. So I'm saying Crawford ain't no fool. He ain't no fool. He know what's up with the PBC. Let me explain to you what Victor Conte said about the PBC, and we all know this, don't we? Well, let's post up the post on the tweet, right, and see what he says. Let's see. Now, Victor Conte saying Al Heyman requested that Vada do not release Vada results testing with the PBC. Okay, this is what Victor Conte says. So if you're not a Victor Conte fan and you don't believe him, hey, that's your problem. But we all know that PBC does not give the results. Now, it's not Vada. It's not up to Vada to give results, right? But they're supposed to let the teams know, right? They don't have to give it to public, but they let the teams know. That's a kind of a flashback, right? But at the time that I'm getting this flashback, it wasn't with Vada, it was with USADA. And USADA did some grimy shit. Now we all, before I do the flashback with May and Pac, let me show you something before, because I always like to show you facts. So check out this fact. All right. All right, so now that you see that Manny Pacquiao been with Vada, not clean boxing program, with Vada about 4 times. Go to the official site, you'll see him on Vada. The official site where Clarissa Shields is at, so and so on and so on. He's on the official site. Now, was he ever with the clean boxing program? I believe he was. When he signed over there to fight Broner, Keith Thurman, he was supposed to fight Spence, but he ended up fighting Ugas. And you know, I noticed that in that fight with Broner, he was complaining about drug testing, but there was a clean boxing program. Why, as a boxer, you complaining about Manny Pacquiao getting tested? You should have trust in the clean boxing program, right? But Manny Pacquiao been all over the world, fought all over the world, not just Vegas. He fought all over the world. So he's been under Vada. He's been under the clean boxing program. And that's what it is. And if the clean boxing program and Al Heyman has a hush on their results, well, hey, that's their contract situation with the clean boxing and Al Heyman and PBC and blah, blah, blah. But Vada is official. It is. So far, it is. All right. Let's go back to our schedule. You know, let's go. Come on. No, Mayweather gave up front money more than they supposed to do to USADA, right? To do drug testing. Now, you know, this remind me of, I want to get to that Mayweather and Pacquiao, right? But this remind me of Big Baby Miller. You know, Big Baby Miller was saying all kinds of shit about Anthony Joshua, and he got an exemption because he's on TRT, which might be true, right? I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna question that. Maybe it's true, right? But Big Baby Miller was a big advocate saying, yo, you on juice, you this and that, and this man was taking every compound on planet Earth. Every steroid on planet Earth. So you're going to watch people that always like to point the finger, but at the same time is the one in the background doing all the shit. So I don't care about this shit about, oh, Mayweather. He was saying, because remember, Mayweather did get sued by Manny Pacquiao for defamation of character, and also we couldn't get the number of how many zeros that Manny Pacquiao sued and beat Mayweather. That's one. The second one is, well, you know what? I'll let Mayweather tried to explain what he was doing to his own body, but he couldn't do it. So his homeboy, his boyfriend, Booger Ellaby, did all the talking for him. Let's go flashback way back about this nonsense. Come on, we don't talk about this. We talk about Manny's big head. We talk about the tattoos, right? We talk about he's scared of needles. We talk about all that. But do we talk about this? Yeah.
Well, can you explain what you took after the weigh-in, the pack after where you had the TUE from your side, the fluid that you took? And I was surprised that you had to take, whatever it was you took after the weigh-in that you saw that is saline solution and whatever else it was. I know you saw it, but they gave you a TUE.
I mean, with any fighter, some fighters take Pedialyte, limited to just rehydrate. When a fighter's
well, my question is,
my urine, my urine was dark, extremely dark, darker than normal. That could be from overworking. Extremely dark.
Well, let me just say, the question I wanted to ask was, you're normally not struggling to make weight because you're walking.
I'm struggling there.
So I guess, why did you have
because a lot of times what happens is that when you work, you become dehydrated. It's not that you're struggling to make weight. It's just he pushes himself so hard. You got to remember. I'm a lot older now. Yeah, and you got to remember too is that we're going down through. He's going down through the drug testing. So he's working out, having to get blood taken, give urine and do all this, also with preparing for a fight. So it was nothing out of the ordinary.
Where did you think UFC announced?
Nigga, I hear foul play. I know foul play when I hear it. Now, Booger Ellaby got all the answer. Mayweather talking about his urine was dirty. He was overstressed to work out. He's getting older. Listen to it again, right? Blah, blah, blah. All the above shit. Manny Pacquiao's doing the same thing that you're doing. Working out. He's older. Matter of fact, he's older than you. Now, this dirty urine, I don't know what the fuck that is, man. And then you said it don't actually have to be making weight, right? Yo, but we got excuses for these people, right? We're worried about Manny Pacquiao head, defamation of character. You defecated all his character. You're worried about the tattoos, but you look more suspect. At the weigh-in, the day before the fight, you go home, put an IV in your arm. You broke that rule. First of all, you broke that rule in your home. You're supposed to do that in a medical office. That's 2 rules. Then the state commission, when you found out, and they seen the fucking needle or whatever they saw in your arm, they said, wait a minute. I don't know, but I know money talks and bullshit walks. So you didn't even notify the state commission of Vada. Of Vegas. Didn't even notify Manny Pacquiao team, Sean Givens and Manny Pacquiao. They didn't notify their team that he had got an IV in his arm. Money talks, bullshit walks. So shit is walking because the money's talking. So we don't even use USADA no more in boxing. It's either the clean boxing program using Vada or we using Vada. All right? So don't come in with that fucking dumb shit talk with me, man, because I ain't trying to hear that shit. So Booger Ellaby got all the answers, right? But this man, all he had to do was pop a couple of Gatorades. That's it. Ain't hard for him to make weight. This nigga, well, let me not imply anything. Let me tell you what this brother Mayweather said about his weight. You messing with the right nigga, yeah, you are.
Actually, I'm not even a welterweight, or actually I'm not even a welterweight or a junior middleweight. I say I'm a 140 pounder. For real. Could I make 140? Probably not, because my body hasn't been down to 140 since 2005 or 2006, 2005, I think, somewhere around that area. So do I think I can make 140? Absolutely not. So, but I walk around at 140, 147, 150. I walk around, of course, at my fight weight.
So you see, he was playing about 2005, but now he could walk around 147, 150. his fight weight, right? So you're telling me, shut out my fucking ear. Come on, scram with that noise. I'm fucking on my video. Fucking ice cream truck. Yeah, so you're telling me that you took an IV in your arm, right? I already saw you broke the rules. The state commission broke the rule. USADA broke the rule. Then you're gonna tell me you took saline, vitamin, water, and minerals, right? But we all know that if anybody do that, that's a masking agent. That's a masking agent. So we don't even know if your urine is dirty or not, because all we see is vitamin, minerals, and saline, right? Before the fucking fight. All you gotta do is pop a couple of Gatorades, four or five Gatorades, since you could be 147 or 150, right? What's the problem? You could make weight. But let me explain this to you, right? Because if it was Manny Pacquiao, let's just, because right now, everybody assume he's on PEDs all the time, right? So you're going to tell me aerosexuals, right? That I can assume that Spence could be on something. I'm going to explain this to you right now, aerosexuals. Because if this was the other way around with May and Pac, and it was Pacquiao that took the IV, we all know we ready to go on him. We ready to go. We're already going on him already. All right? So let me get off that topic. So let me explain something to y'all. Aerosexuals, Knockout 86 TV, Best Fight the Best, all these bitch ass niggas, man. Yeah, let me explain something to you. So now this man Errol Spence been in an accident. Let me explain something to you. You've been in an accident. Now this has nothing to do about fighting or being in competition, out of fighting competition, taking, no, it has nothing to do with this. No, it don't have nothing to do with it. But for someone that's been on steroids because you've been in an accident, it helps you heal. That's one. That's one. Two, your retina. What helps you heal? A steroid. Come on. Individuals, regular individuals that go to hospitals, they need steroids for their eye. They need steroids for this. They need steroids for that. This is what helps you heal properly, right? So now, that's over with. Now, we want to see how you are in competition, out of competition. Now, the clean boxing program, they didn't have you on their list with Ugas, if I could recall. Yeah, nah, nigga, right? And certain fights, you wasn't on the list. And remember, the clean boxing program is saying that the PBC is not doing nothing wrong because they're only doing post-testing. You fucking with the right nigga. You are fucking with the right nigga right here, man. So don't play with me. So if I say, hey, if you say you think Manny's on PEDs, hey, it's a free country, freedom of speech. You could say that. Hey, I could say that with Errol because he has a right to be on steroids with his retina, with his accident. Burn victims be on steroids. If you understand the compound named Winstrol, it was made. Listen, steroids alone is to give you more red blood cells, right? It was actually for municipal purposes. It's the athletes that took it and use it for performance enhancing drugs because it gives you more red blood cells, oxygen to the blood, all this stuff. But just remember, these compounds are molecularly structured. They all came from testosterone, and it was molecule structured in a different way so you could have wet drugs to make you big, retain water. Then you had dry drugs like Winstrol and certain drugs like that. So, like I said, if a Crawford fan wants to talk about, because you said, look at his body, right? So when he was looking at his body before and after, if somebody's going to look at his belly button, not his belly button, his fucking chest, and showing you before and after, and people assuming certain things, they're not that educated on the anatomy of the body, and they just asking, how come he has, bitch tits, and he's a fucking athlete, right? You got me thinking that this nigga's belly button is his fucking tit. Anyway, so don't fucking complain that somebody's assuming that Errol was on drugs, because we could assume because he had to take steroids to get himself recouped. He's an athlete, all right? An accident, a retina. Come on, man. Regular civilians use fucking steroids. They get prescription for steroids to help them. Okay? So please calm down, shut that shit down. That no one can say nothing about Errol and assuming nothing. Because if you could assume Pac is on shit, you don't never assume Mayweather's on shit. We could assume whatever we want. Okay? So let's kill the noise with the bullshit, man. Let's kill the noise. If a Crawford subscriber or fan assumes that, they have every right to assume it. It's just an assumption. It's just like a fucking opinion, a fart in the wind. That's all it is. Stop catching feelings and emotions about it, man. It is what it is. Because we all do it to all the boxers. But boxers that get caught, you can't put them on the level that a boxer that never got caught. That's my issue. Canelo get caught? Oh, Manny Pacquiao, he's on the... Nah, he got busted. Regardless of his pubic hair, made him show that he's negative. I don't care about all that shit. He's close to it, all right? I don't care if he got a receipt from the beef factory, where he got his beef from the restaurant. I don't get... whatever it is, it's drama. I don't hear no Pacquiao drama. Man, Mayweather taking an IV, getting a TUE, exemption or whatever you want to fucking call it, right? Not notifying Manny Pacquiao's team. It's drama. I don't hear no drama from Manny Pacquiao. I'm just hearing accusations and assumptions. All right, so I could go on and on and on and on with this, man. But I'm showing you proof that I feel that Rachel Nonito Dornier said that cat is out the bag, but I can't really talk too much. Then I see Victor Conte saying, congratulations on Errol and Terence Crawford successfully with Vada. So I don't know. I feel like Clean Boxing Program have no parts of this. And I feel Terence Crawford is not a fool. And I feel this is one of the grueling negotiations in the background. And guess what? Hey, if this is a PBC situation and Crawford is made a contract with them to fight Errol for a rematch, and they might fight somebody else or whatever, I'm pretty sure they have more control of not hushing up whatever is going on in the background when it comes to. But hey, Vada is different. We'll see what happens. Is this man on any drugs? No, I don't think so. But I could assume he could be if I wanted to. But since I feel that the Vada has something to do with this now, and not the Clean Boxing Program, I feel like Errol is clean. His body might look different. It's just an assumption. It is what it is. But I feel like he's gonna make weight. I'm not hating on the man. Like I said, I love all my southpaws, bro. I feel like he's gonna make weight. I feel this fight's gonna happen. And if he don't make weight, well, hey, time will tell. That's all it is. Time always tell. It is what it is, yo. So I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. And it's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. Yeah. And this is what I do on my channel. I try to put the puzzles together, not just go by what I say and what I feel and what I think. No, I try to put it together in my way, in my opinion, basically. It's up to you to fucking figure it out or get emotional retardation and say, fuck that, I ain't got nothing to hear about that nigga. Manny Pacquiao's on drugs and Mayweather's the best ever, and we can't suspect him at all. Regardless if he took an IV in his arm before the weigh-in, using a masking agent, breaking all the rules, doing it in his house, not in the hospital, getting TUEs, money talks, bullshit walks. Rah! So be it.